Removing files. Now, you do have to be careful, by the way, with file operations because while if you just put the name of the file, it looks for a file in your same directory, you can technically open and modify any file on your computer with any of these commands. So you could literally accidentally write a virus that destroys your computer using just Python code. That's exciting, right? Now, be extra careful when it comes to removing files because we're going to use something called OS. The OS module stands for operating system, and it accesses the functions of your operating system like Windows or Mac and allows you to do anything anywhere on your computer. In this case, it allows us to remove files or delete files very easily. So if I say import OS and I say os.remove my file.txt, it's not going to ask, are you sure you want to do this? It's not going to do any confirmation. It's not going to put it in the trash can for you. It is going to just disappear that file. No questions asked. So you want to use this. It's sort of one of those with great power comes great responsibility situations. Don't mess around with this too much. And I would just, for safety purposes, maybe restrict yourself to only using files, only doing this with files that are in your Python directory. Then you're not going to get yourself in too much trouble. I mean, you could still delete all your previous work, which would be a huge bummer, but be very careful with this. Finding a file is also an OS operation. To see if a file exists, you can say os.path.exists, and then you give it the file name. This is a look before you leap method for seeing if a file exists before you try and open it. So if we go back to this code right here, okay, if I run that, I get an error because textfile2.txt doesn't work. So if I wanted to protect myself, I could say import OS, and I could say if os.path.exists, and then indent those lines. And I could put an else here. Okay, so I can say, after I import OS, I can look to see if that file exists. And if it does, it'll read it and print the contents. And if it doesn't exist, it'll say that file doesn't exist. So obviously, that file doesn't exist, but this one does. And that works just fine. So that is another way to do that. So we can use OS for deleting files and OS for finding files and seeing if they exist.